Welcome to my channel Geography Ki Pathshala. Myself Polumi Chakraborty. So you will know that in my last video class I ended up with the discussion of the question answers of the first chapter, which is Human Geography, Nature and Scope. So in today's video I am going to discuss with the question answers of the second chapter of our class 12 according to NCERT syllabus, which is the world population. So let's start with today's video. So over here in the first part of our exercise, the first question is that which one of the following continents has the highest growth of population? So options are given: Africa, South America, Asia, North America. So here the answer will be the first one, which is Africa, because we see the highest growth of population in African continent. So the second question is that which one of the following is not an area of sparse population, right? So here it is telling about that which area is not sparse population, where we can't see sparse population. That means what? Which area is the highly populated area, or where we can see the concentration of population is quite high. So the options are here that the Atacama, it is in South America, Atacama Desert, and second is Southeast Asia, third is Equatorial region, and the fourth one is polar regions. So you can see that the Atacama Desert, Equatorial region and polar regions, these three are the extreme climatic regions, right? Because the Atacama Desert, over here we can see that the temperature is quite high because it is a desertic region. In Equatorial region, here amount of rainfall is quite high, like Congo Basin area or Amazon Basin area. So it comes under the Equatorial region. And polar region means what? The frigid zones of our earth, or where we can see the temperature is quite low. That's why there we can see very frigid type of conditions. So over these three regions we can see there is a sparse population, right? So but here it is mentioned that which area is not sparsely populated. That means the Southeast Asia. Over here we can see the high concentration of population, such as you can say that countries which comes under this Southeast Asia are India, China, Bangladesh. So we all know that these countries are highly populated. That means the option will be Southeast Asia. The third question, which is given that which one of the following is not a push factor. That means what? It is telling about that which is the pull factor, right? Is not a push factor means what? It will act as a pull factor. So over here the options are water shortage, medical or educational facilities, unemployment and epidemics, right? So you can see that water shortage or unemployment or epidemics, these all are push factor, right? Because if any region it is over there we can see that there is water shortage or unemployment or a condition of epidemics, then what? People will not live there, they will move away from their place, right? So that they will migrate from that place to another place. So these three are the push factors, but the question is asking about that which is not the push factor. So the answer will be medical or educational facilities, because it acts as a pull factor, right? Because if any region or any area, if there is educational facilities or medical facilities is quite high, or if it is better, then people will be attracted to that place and they will migrate to that place. So these facilities, that medical and educational facilities, these play as a pull factors, right? So the answer will be the second one. So the fourth question is that which one of the following is not a fact? That means that which of the following is not true, right? So the first option is that human population increased more than 10 times during the past 500 years. It's true. Then comes that it took 100 years for the population to rise from 5 billion to 6 billion. The third option is that population growth is high in the first stage of demographic transition. So here the answer will be the second one. Why? Because if you go through the chapter or if you go through the book, then you can see that it is written over there that it took 12 years, it's not 100 years, it will be 12 years for the population to rise from 5 billion to 6 billion. So this is the second option, this is not the fact, right? So the answer will be the second option. So let's come to the second part of our exercise, and the first question over here is given that name 3 geographical factors that influence the distribution of population, right? So if you remember my video class that while I discussed with this chapter, there I mentioned that there are 3 main factors of distribution of population which influences it, right? Number 1 is geographic factor, second is the economic factor, and the third one is socio-cultural factor. So here it is talking about to mention the factors of geographical factors, right? So geographical factors, we can say that like availability of water, landforms, climate, soil and etc. So these are the geographical factors which influences the population distribution, and I already discussed the factors, these factors, that how they are playing an important role as a geographical factor in the distribution of population. So I am not discussing it more, just over here I am just mentioning these points, and if you wish then you can add 1 or 2 lines with all these factors that how they are influencing, right? So only over here I have mentioned the points that availability of water, landform, climate and soil, these are the geographical factors. Second question is that there are a number of areas with high population density in the world. Why does this happen? Now you all know that what is population density, I have already discussed it, and now it is talking about that in some specific part of our world we can see that there is high population density. What are the reasons behind that, right? It is asking those reasons, or what are the factors due to that factors why there we can see the density of population is quite high. So the areas or the regions in which part we can see the population density is quite high is northeast part of USA, northwestern part of Europe, south, southeast and eastern part of Asia. So these are the regions or these are the parts of the world where we can see the high density of population. So now I will say that what are the factors or what is the reason behind this high density of population, right? So here the factors which are playing that similarly like the previous one where I have discussed that the geographical factors, the economic factors and the socio-cultural factors. So these are the factors which mainly influences over it, right? So we can say that the fertility of the soil, favorable landform, availability of water, favorable climatic condition. So these are the geographic factors. Now if you see the economic factors, then you will find that source of mineral resources, industries, urbanization, this comes under the economic factors. Next, under socio-cultural factor, you can see that religious and cultural significance or the social and political stability, these are playing a vital role for becoming this specific part of the world with high population density. So the last question of this second part is that what are the 3 components of population change? The 3 components of population change are births, deaths and migration. So these are the three main factors, and if you wish, then you can give the calculation of crude birth rate or crude death rate, and you can mention that what is migration and how push and pull factors are influencing it. You can give 2 or 3 factors of pull and push factors, right. So I am not going in details because I have already discussed with all these concepts in the video class where I have discussed with the second chapter. So if you want, then you can include it. I am not going in details. So basically these are the 3 main components which influences the population change. So I am ending up my video with the second part of the exercise, and I will continue this discussion with the exercise question answers of the third part and fourth part in my next video class. And I hope that today's discussion is quite clear to you, and you all had fun also in while watching this video. And if there is any doubt or any query, then please comment below. Thank you.